Top of the line, I give it the news, there's nothing less. The way I deliver the facts, try to do it the best, man, it's button check. Gotta subscribe and telling you that it's button check. You're not tuning to button check.
What is up, BULLSH T family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend. The weekend is here, we done made it, and these buttons need to be checked. Chapters down below, we got a hot one, man. Bruh, there's so much going on right now. This story actually, I think, just broke yesterday. A lot of people feeling disrespected by Capcom. Others thinking that it's kind of progress, so maybe we should just be quiet and, you know, just kind of eat this one. Either way, y'all be the judge. Chapters down below. Let's go. All right, first up, for what the hell is this disrespect from Capcom? Buttons that need to be checked. And this one is actually spoken out by none other than Bigbird. Bigbird has done had it. You know, when Bigbird speaks out, man, he's always respectful. He doesn't really just talk shit just for the sake of talking shit. So if he says something, he's saying it with his chest, you know what I'm saying? He really means it. Anyway, this is how it started. I noticed Capcom posted, I guess, the schedule coming up for the next CPT. Right here, somebody by the name of Vinny posted this saying, Capcom has released the schedule and rules for CPT 2026. There are 9 offline tournaments and 2 of them are not yet announced. The champions of these tournaments earn direct spots and 7 players qualify through points, 25 spots via the World Warrior, and only Japan is a super region, which is 2 spots, and he posts these right here. Now I noticed these are like the offline. What is this? Evo Japan, Combo Breaker, Blink Respawn. What is this? Evo Vegas, and then you got BAM 16, CEO, Evo France, and you got these 2 that are to be determined. Now, when you go to the website though, I guess this is for the World Warrior, you see kind of like the groups. You got Asia right here, Asia East, and I'm gonna scroll kind of fast because I'm looking for the Middle East right here. What else? We got Oceania, Brazil, Central America East. Let's keep going on. West, Mexico, South America East. What else we got? We got the West right there. Chile. Chile is its own region. You see all these. UK, Ireland, France, Monaco, Spain, Portugal, Europe West, Germany. What else we got? Europe North/East, and then Middle East. This is the Middle East. Look at all these right here, all of these. And you notice within this bunch is also Egypt. Egypt is right there. But anyway, this is what popped it off. Then you got South Africa. What else we got? We got US/Canada East, US Midwest, US Canada West, and I think that's a wrap right there. So the ones this is about the Middle East, and this is about Chile. It's also about Africa as well. But Bigbird done took to the Twitter, or done took that at X, and he said, what the hell is this, Capcom Fighters? Why is Egypt in the Middle East when it's 200 MS? It's 200 MS to play them. Can you stop lumping in any country that doesn't have a region to the Middle East and actually give North Africa a World Warrior? What is this stupid decision? And then he's screenshotting what we just saw. He answered this saying, the only reason they gave Middle East a spot is because of me and Angry Bird. But then they're treating it like garbage ever since. One year they had Norway in the same online CPT as UAE. Then they started adding countries that the Middle East cannot play with online. They've been making the experience miserable from this region ever since they gave us the spot. And it basically sounds like, be grateful we even gave you that spot, which is basically ridiculous. Either treat it properly or remove it altogether because we earned this spot. Then he says, by the way, Chile gets their own region this year. We get an extra country that we can't play, with an addition to the 10 other countries already there. Fix this shit. Tagging Capcom Fighters once again. People responding underneath saying send them this, basically just a map of how far everything is. I think they have a folder called Sand People. This fool said, I think they have a folder called Sand People. That's the only logical explanation. Bigbird's just laughing at that. This isn't what's needed. But for the first time ever, North Africa is on the map. When they realized Egypt versus some of the other countries is 200 MS, reality will hit. They can't erase Egypt after adding it. So maybe, just maybe, we finally get North African region next year. Bigbird responds saying, I'd like North Africa to be its own region. It's big enough and it has enough players to support it. Adding Egypt to a laggy region will do nothing to the players. It's a pity opportunity and it's disrespectful. He says, we pushed for a spot for years. Talks happened, but interest wasn't there. Still, this is progress. Glass half full for us, but I understand your frustration. So that's the other perspective. He's like, yo, I see what you're saying, but we wanted any opportunity for the longest time. Now we kind of got one, so maybe it's glass half full, right? Others are like Middle East isn't even in the Middle East either. It's the very western edge of the Earth's eastern section, so they're going to that whole thing. Bigbird says Middle East is basically the void. Capcom throws any country that they don't know what to do with in this region, and I cannot conceive how somebody from Pakistan and Turkey can play together, and yet it's in the same region for the CPT. Bigbird says they did it once, but the game refused to connect to them of how bad the connection is. They didn't play and ended up doing a coin flip to see who advances. It's a joke. Yo, did that really happen? He said they didn't play, so they had to do a damn coin flip to see who advanced. That's wild, if that really happened, man. And then he said, also low-key, I don't mind the multiple EVOs. Not every region in the world has the luxury of 2 different servers from just different parts of the same country. We need more events and more ways to compete. Now, going even deeper, I'm going to the quotes right here. You see a lot of them. A lot of people basically saying, why the hell is Egypt bundled with the Middle East? Trying to understand this. Like, I can't find a ranked match half of the time, so how am I supposed to play? More people tagging Capcom. You see some other languages, and then this here doesn't make any sense at all. So you see a lot of people agreeing with Bigbird saying like, what's up? And a lot of people also still tagging Capcom. Now, this one right here, it gets a little deeper, because they say, I don't understand this decision. They're solving one problem by creating another instead of just fixing the problem and creating a new region. But sure, let's give Chile their own region, because we need to make sure Blas has an easy way to the cup if he doesn't qualify online. Okay, so now we bringing in Chile. Well, we already did kind of, but now we're bringing in Blas talking about, oh, but sure, let's make a region for Blas to make sure he absolutely gets there. But he adds to it. He adds to it saying, by the way, I don't have an issue with Chile having its own region. It's just stupid that Capcom is trying their best to help one community while ruining one at the same time. Bigbird actually responds to this saying, North Africa not getting its own region and instead getting this shit only for one country is actually terrible. But underneath, they say, dude, why throw trash to Chile in your complaint? It doesn't make any sense. Our register numbers are high and we have amazing players, and Blas qualified through the Premier even without that for the leaderboard. So why talk like that about us? Be respectful to our country. He just quote retweets what he already said, saying, by the way, I don't have an issue with Chile having its own region. Others adding saying, do you know you can make a point without talking shit about our region? By the way, we are the best of the South Hemisphere in results and numbers, and those are the facts. He responds again, quote retweeting one more time, saying, by the way, I don't have an issue with Chile having its own region. Then you got more agreeing to that fact, basically saying, I agree with you, they need to fix this, but Chile or Blas are not the problem. Others say Chile region isn't for Blas, it's whoever Blas gatekeeps by existing. There could be top 30 players in Chile and no one respects at all because they lose to Blas. And then I noticed Bigbird like added some more later. He's quote retweeting this one saying, Capcom, whenever a region isn't Asia, and you see this classic meme right here. He adds this though, this is what we were talking about, the thing with the coin flip. I take him for his word, because why would he lie about it? But I don't think I remember hearing that. Well, he puts it right here. He said, this is the match I had in pools last year versus a Turkish player. One time there was a match in pools, Turkish player versus a Pakistani player. They could not connect and get the match started. They tried so many times, and the match ended up being decided by a coin flip. He posted this screenshot. Underneath, somebody said, isn't Turkey around 100 MS plus 2? Let me click on this real quick. So yeah, you see right here. You got a perfect, I guess, one round, and then you see this, and then, oh, 192 MS. Damn. All right, so how we feeling, man? To my understanding, I think 100 MS is already unacceptable. It's considered laggy. Some people play it, obviously, because they have to, but now we're talking up to 200, if not beyond. 200 milliseconds? Like, damn. Unplayable, can't even connect, to the point where we got a coin flip. You could be straight ass, but I could be Daigo if we do a coin flip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to believe now that Saudi's in, and it does seem, if we're doing glass half full, that they're trying to do some cool stuff, you know, with the whole Daigo thing and this like extra marketing. They're trying to build up the brand. It does seem, and we're having like 9 EVOs starting next year. I would like to think if they're going to this extent, that at some point they'll see this and be like, okay, maybe we could change it. Maybe we could influence Capcom some way, because technically they're running it around our Evo system as well. So maybe they could do something. I don't know. That's just glass half full, right? That's me well wishing. So I don't know. Maybe they have some type of influence, and maybe that we're growing, this could be more of a reality. Unfortunately, for the last several years, it doesn't seem like it. They just keep piling and piling all these countries, and the Middle East is like, yo, we can't even play. Why are you throwing this? And that comment about, they probably have a folder that says sand people. That is hilarious, man. But the funny thing is, it does seem true. Now, nobody's calling anybody racist or anything like that. What the hell I'm trying to say is, it just seems like, where's the thought process behind this? Because we can't even play. We flipping coins over here. And like I said, I want to end it on this. Bigbird, you know, I've been reading his comments and following him. Obviously, we do the news on this side for many years, and he's always a respectable guy. He'll say some stuff every now and then, but not to that extent where you look at him like, oh, here he goes again. All he does is complain. You know, he's definitely not one of those. So if he's speaking up and he's tagging Capcom, he means it. Like, with all his heart. He is frustrated, and he's like, the reason why you gave us this region is because the birds, right? Big Bird, Angry Bird. But it almost feels like a spot where it's like, just be thankful you got this spot, which is not cool because we've earned this. So either way, like I said, when I saw that it was him speaking out, I was like, yo, this might have some huge impact, and I know he definitely means it. How y'all feeling? Let me know. Then just one more time, BULLSH family. Thank y'all for stopping by, man. Today is Saturday. We have a new sponsor, a gaming sponsor, which is really cool. I'm probably gonna post that tonight. And then tomorrow morning, a regular episode of BULLSH. So we got a lot of cool things, man. We got a lot of cool things. I'm doing a lot of filming behind the scenes. So thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for every opportunity. I will see you soon. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all, family. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Mega power, yeah. Round